The heart in the now envelops everything. Everything is happening in the heart of divine. So this present moment experience is happening in the heart of divine, in the heart of the self consciousness God. The experience of now is happening in the heart of divine. Everything that is manifested essentially came from the heart of divine. And any pain or suffering is a heartache in the heart of divine. Love is always unconditionally available. It is what keeps everything together. Relationships, families. It is also the universal gravity keeping the earth close to the sun so that the earth can receive the right amount of heat for life to flourish, to sustain life. So this love is divine gravity, keeping things together. And love is something more than a feeling. Love is creation, perfection, harmony, beauty, kindness, goodness, sincerity. Honesty and vulnerability, fragility and nurturing. Love has many ways. Many aspects. And if you look around, you can certainly find love. with the deeper eyes. So everything in the universe was created from the heart of Divine. It is residing in the heart of Self, of consciousness. So you can visualize that every human being is a tiny cell in the big heart of consciousness, Self, or God. Every soul is a living cell in the heart of Divine. And every soul as a living cell creates a one organism, which we call the universe. And if you would understand that it took over 14 billion years for the universe to create this present moment, there has a lot of work being done in the past to create this present moment. Every object that you have in this space is created by somebody else. Every piece of furniture, plants, the house itself is built and created by somebody else. This body is created out of earth, water, foods, oxygen, air, other elements deriving from the earth. It is fully earth grown. So if you understand causality, you will have gratitude. Because everything that you experience now has been created through many generations, many millions and billions of years of evolution, growth. And we can see the beauty of creation. This planet Earth is very beautiful, very abundant. A human form is very beautiful, intelligent. So there is a far superior intelligence which has created the planet Earth, the atmosphere, the water, oxygen, plants, food sources, so that this human form can flourish on this earth. You may not like certain human activities or interactions, but the intelligence of creation. Every moment is a gift. The gift of now, the gift of life, the gift of existence. And you're not living as a primitive organism, as a bacteria, or a amino acid. You have developed into this much more complex form, capable of intelligence and self-awareness. Your pets, your dogs and cats have no capacity for self-awareness or self-realization. They know that they exist, but they cannot contemplate on existence. The cats and dogs can express emotions, yes, that is already a more complex development. But they cannot inquire into their existence and realize consciousness, God itself. So that is the human evolution and capacity to do that. So self-awareness and self-realization is the greatest human gift that other species on this earth have no capacity to do. And therefore it is healthy to step away from the mundane life, from the usual dramas and conversations and media, to realize what's really going on this earth, that life is being lived, that humanity has a gift of self-realization, a potential. And utilizing this potential speeds up the evolution of the species. The evolution is evident because all the plants evolve, the DNA is mixed up, new species are found every year, and humanity has already transformed very much since the age of Sumeria. Since the Middle Ages. Now we have a technological evolution which we're utilizing fully. And the next will be the energetic evolution, which is opening. And finally, it will be consciousness evolution. And thus, the evolution will make a complete cycle from consciousness into form and back into consciousness. So this is the greatest potential that each and one of you holds. A potential to evolve from the physicality into energy and from energy into consciousness. Intellect, it's a tool to be used wisely. as an intermediary tool to understand the energy and to finally open into consciousness itself. So every present moment of now is a gift of life. If you would only know the causality of uncountable events that took place for you to be like this right now, it took 14 billion years at least in the physical energetic sense. Some people say 22 billion years since the actual creation of universe. For you to be exactly like this right now, for you to experience this present moment, for you to hide in your ignorance, for you to discover the light of the truth. And that's why this human life has a little play in it of hide and seek from yourself as divine consciousness. The ignorance is the way of hiding from yourself, and the light of truth is finding yourself. So hide and seek is happening. But as Buddha said, you cannot hide three things forever. That is the sun, the moon, and the truth. So sooner or later you will find yourself. The corners of ignorance will be illuminated. The clarity will come to know who you are, to know the complexity of existence, to have gratitude for every now, to realize love that has created this existence as it is, to realize that the hardships that humanity endures are mostly created out of ignorance, out of unknowingness, of the beauty and intelligence of the actual universe. So in the eyes of divine, humanity is seen as young children who are beginning to grow up and who are beginning to see and realize how the larger universe functions, and to see the ignorance of how a lot of 99% of suffering is self-created. There are, of course, certain influences like bad friendships. There are certain bad influences, yes. But with illumination of light, love, truth, there is a possibility of growth and maturity and re-establishing fully oneself as a universal being, as a universal form within the formless consciousness itself. So your form is not limited to this body alone. There is oxygen, which is interlinked with the form. There is atmosphere, which is interlinked with this body. There is food and water supply, which is interlinked to existence of this form. There are various electromagnetic energies, your aura, your chakras, and other deeper, more subtler energies, which create a physical appearance, which create a solid appearance. Actually, nothing is separate in the whole universe. And this solid appearance is created from the energy fields, very complex energy fields. And love is hiding underneath. Love is available for those who seek. Love is the secret maintenance, gravity, connectedness, the secret ingredient, the secret element. It is an open secret. It is available to everyone who seek. And you only need to accept and allow that which is unwanted, that which is resisted, that which you don't like about yourself, because it is not separate from yourself, because it is part of you, it is being kept. And once you acknowledge, allow, accept, and heal, the unliked, unwanted, and resisted will start to flow through and transform. In essence, every corner of your being wants to be reunited with the larger being. It already is reunited in reality, but not in your conscious awareness. So the conscious awareness has created many separations, many divisions, divide and conquer. And thus, you need to reunite the divided consciousness, the divided concepts, the divided beliefs and ideas, because the energy itself is already here. It's undividable. It's all interconnected. No energy exists alone without connection to other energy, deeper, subtler energy. So therefore, separation is illusion. It is illusion within the mind which divides. And therefore, you need to reunite the divided aspects within you, to re-acknowledge them, to reunite them, to bring all your aspects together, which is called remembering. And I will say it a bit slower, remembering, which means bringing all the members back together as one. So remembering is bringing together back that which has been divided. Remembering, that's what it is. And in every hidden corner, in every shadow, in every darkness corner of your being, there is a gift underlying there. And as you know, the biggest treasures are in the deepest caves. So that's exactly where you need to go to find those deepest treasures. And that is what presence does. The presence brings that which has been hidden back into the present moment to be healed and reunited. And thus bringing that which is subconscious and unconscious into the consciousness is the greatest transformation and the greatest gift. Because resistance, what is behind resistance is acceptance and patience. What is behind anger? It is understanding and wisdom. What is behind fear? There is love. So within every hidden cave, there is a big treasure. And I would advise every one of you to treat your unwanted places as hidden caves, to treat your resistances as hidden caves, and to know that there is a treasure buried underneath every one of them. You need to learn so much about yourself. You need to rediscover so much about yourself. You need to reunite and remember so much about yourself. And by bringing everything back into consciousness, you will understand that everything is already connected. There is no separate energy from anything. Just like your body is not separate from environment, they cannot exist separately. So everything supports each other in some ways. And it is only in harmony that happiness exists. In this separated division, there is pain, and there is hurt, and there is suffering. So thus, peace and harmony is available by reuniting, bringing everything back into consciousness from the hidden caves of treasure. So now let's do a meditation all together. And we will go into these hidden caves to discover some treasures. And to bring back together, to reunite the differences, to reunite the opposites. So when you're ready, take a comfortable position and let's take a few moments to slow down. A few moments to slow down. To feel your breath, to feel the space around your breath. Let's make an intention to go deeper into the hidden place and to rediscover something more that has been hidden. So take it slowly, slow down even more. And if there is any tension or specific energy, just give a bit of time and feel a bit more space around it. Allow yourself gently to enter that deeper place, but knowing that there is more space around it, and you are only here to discover more. When you're ready, you can start coming back. And on the way back, become also familiar with the deeper place, with the deeper space, even as you're coming back. It's very healthy once in a while to visit the deepest caves. It is very refreshing and very liberating. Because life can go on a shallow level. Life can go on a middle level. But in the deepest caves, there are the deepest aliveness or abundance. It's a bit like listening to the music. If you only listen to the music with the speakers who have only high pitches and middle pitches, it's kind of the music is okay. But when you put a subwoofer, the big bass, well, the music takes on a totally different new level. So the same way with life, that many people live very shallow surface life. And when you explore these deepest caves, you find the deepest treasures, and life becomes enriched infinitely. Life becomes infinitely enriched, infinitely deep. There is no depth to the depth of life, to the closeness of life. All these deep caves become resolved into the closeness of now. So you live like you have never been closer to the now in your whole life. Because there were all these distances, all these gaps. And life is being lived very enriched, very alive, very fulfilling, very abundant. Every moment is so abundant in the colors, in the tones, in the shapes, in the sounds, in experiences, five sensory experience, energetic experience. Every moment you're infinitely bombarded with life. And that is how abundant this moment is. There is so much vibrancy in this moment. All these colors, can you even count how many color tones there are right now in this room? Millions of color tones. It's a very vibrant experience. And the more you relax, the more you expand, your sensory experience becomes much, much more enriched.